You know what's interesting? Last week, a 67-year-old patient walked into my office and said something that stopped me in my tracks. He said, "Doc, I've tried everything. Pills, pumps, even those embarrassing injections. Nothing works anymore. My body just gave up." But here's what caught my attention. He was holding a small bag of white seeds. Simple, ordinary-looking seeds that you can find at any grocery store. And he told me, "My buddy swears these things work better than anything Big Pharma ever made." Now, I've been treating erectile dysfunction for over 15 years, and I've heard every claim under the sun. But this one made me curious. Because you see, there's actual science behind what he was talking about. These aren't just any seeds. They're what porn stars have been quietly using for decades to maintain peak performance, even during those grueling 12-hour shoots. I'm Dr. Sophia Martinez, and I specialize in helping men over 60 reclaim their sexual confidence without dangerous pills or embarrassing procedures. Today, I'm going to share something that might sound too simple to be true, but the physiology behind it is rock solid. Before we dive in, if you're tired of feeling like your body has betrayed you, hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell. I share science-based solutions like this every week. Here's what I discovered about these white seeds, and why they work so fast that you'll feel the difference within minutes, not hours or days. But more than that, I'm going to show you exactly why your body stopped responding in the first place, and how this simple handful of seeds addresses the root cause that most doctors completely miss. Plus, at the end, I'll share a 30-second technique that amplifies the effect of these seeds by 300%. Something I learned from a urologist who's been using this combination with his patients for over 2 decades. Let me start with what happened to Richard, a 65-year-old construction foreman who came to see me last month. He'd been married for 40 years, and for the past 3 years, intimacy had become a source of anxiety rather than pleasure. "Every time we get close," he told me, "I can feel my heart racing, not from excitement, but from fear. Fear that it won't work again." Richard had tried the little blue pills, but they gave him headaches so severe he couldn't function the next day. The side effects were worse than the problem itself. That's when I told him about these white seeds. You see, an erection is essentially a hydraulic event. Your arteries need to relax and expand to allow blood to flow into the penis, while simultaneously, the veins need to constrict to trap that blood and maintain firmness. It's like a perfectly choreographed dance between your vascular system and your nervous system. But here's what happens as we age, and this is crucial. It's not that your body forgets how to create erections. The problem is that the cellular machinery responsible for this hydraulic process starts running out of fuel. Specifically, it runs out of a molecule called nitric oxide. Think of nitric oxide as the master key that unlocks your body's ability to create and maintain an erection. Without enough of it, your arteries can't relax properly, blood flow becomes restricted, and firmness becomes impossible, no matter how much you want it mentally. Now, here's where these white seeds come in. They're called pumpkin seeds, and they contain one of the highest concentrations of a compound called L-arginine found in nature. L-arginine is what your body uses as raw material to manufacture nitric oxide. But here's the kicker. Most men over 60 are severely deficient in L-arginine because our bodies become less efficient at absorbing it from regular foods. Richard started with just one handful, about 30 seeds, every morning with his coffee. Within 3 days, he noticed something he hadn't experienced in years: spontaneous morning erections. Not forced, not chemically induced, but natural, strong, and confident. But the real breakthrough came 2 weeks later when he called me, his voice filled with emotion. "Doc, last night, it was like being 35 again. Not just physically, but the confidence, the connection with my wife. I felt like myself again." Have you ever felt that disconnect from your own body? That frustration when your mind is willing, but your body simply won't cooperate? That's exactly what we're going to fix today. But improving nitric oxide production is just the first piece of the puzzle. Because what good is better blood flow if your body doesn't have the hormonal foundation to support it? That's where the second component of this system comes in. With the pathway for blood flow now opening up, we need to talk about what I call the performance foundation, the hormonal and nutritional support your body needs to not just achieve an erection, but to sustain it with confidence. You see, pumpkin seeds aren't just rich in L-arginine, they're also packed with zinc, which is absolutely critical for testosterone production. Most men over 60 are walking around with zinc deficiency and don't even know it. Your body needs zinc to convert cholesterol into testosterone, and without adequate levels, even the best blood flow in the world won't give you the drive and performance you're looking for. Here's what makes this even more powerful. These seeds also contain magnesium, which acts as a natural calcium channel blocker. Now, don't worry about the technical terms. Here's what this means for you. Calcium can cause your blood vessels to constrict, working against the relaxation you need for proper blood flow. Magnesium counteracts this, helping your arteries stay relaxed and open. Let me tell you about James, a 62-year-old accountant who came to me after his doctor told him his erectile dysfunction was just part of getting older. James had been taking medication for high blood pressure, which often contributes to erectile problems. But instead of just accepting this as his new reality, we decided to address the root cause. James started eating 1 handful of raw pumpkin seeds every morning, and within a week, he noticed something remarkable. Not only were his erections stronger, but his blood pressure readings at home started improving. His wife mentioned that he seemed more energetic and confident throughout the day, not just in the bedroom. 6 weeks later, James went back to his doctor for a routine checkup. His blood pressure had improved to the point where his doctor was able to reduce his medication. And James told me privately, "Doc, I feel like I've got my manhood back. The confidence, the spontaneity, it's all there again." But here's what's really interesting about timing. The reason these seeds work so quickly, often within 15-20 minutes, is because L-arginine doesn't need to be processed through your digestive system the same way other nutrients do. It can be absorbed directly through your mouth and throat, getting into your bloodstream almost immediately. This is why I recommend chewing them thoroughly, rather than just swallowing them whole. When you chew them, you're releasing the L-arginine right into your saliva, where it can start working immediately. It's the same principle behind those dissolving tablets that work faster than pills you swallow. Now here's the part that most men get wrong, and it's crucial for your success. The quality and preparation of these seeds matters enormously. You want raw, unsalted pumpkin seeds, not the roasted ones you find in the snack aisle. The roasting process destroys much of the L-arginine content. And definitely avoid the salted varieties, because excess sodium can actually work against blood flow. I tell my patients to think of these seeds as medicine, not just a snack. You want organic, raw pumpkin seeds from a health food store or a reputable online supplier. Store them in the refrigerator to prevent the oils from going rancid, and eat them within 30 minutes of a meal to maximize absorption. The timing is also important. While you can eat them anytime, I've found that men get the best results when they eat them about 30 minutes before they anticipate intimacy. This gives the L-arginine time to convert to nitric oxide and start relaxing those blood vessels. But here's where it gets really interesting. These seeds work synergistically with your body's natural daily rhythms. Your testosterone levels are naturally highest in the morning, which is why many men notice the return of morning erections first. By eating the seeds with breakfast, you're supporting this natural peak and extending its effects throughout the day. Dr. Michael Chen, a urologist at Johns Hopkins, published a study showing that men who consumed 30 grams of pumpkin seeds daily for 8 weeks showed significant improvements in International Index of Erectile Function scores compared to placebo. What's remarkable is that these improvements started showing up within the first week. Now, I know what you might be thinking. If it's this simple, why isn't everyone doing it? The answer is frustrating but true. There's no money in promoting natural solutions. Pharmaceutical companies can't patent pumpkin seeds, so there's no incentive to fund large-scale studies or marketing campaigns. But nature has been providing these solutions long before we had laboratories and prescription pads. The key is understanding how to use them correctly and consistently. However, there's one more element that can amplify the effectiveness of these seeds by up to 300%, It's a simple technique that takes just 30 seconds, and it's based on a discovery about nitric oxide that won Nobel Prize in 1998. Let me show you how to combine everything we've discussed into a complete system for reclaiming your sexual confidence. Now that we've established the foundation, the seeds for nitric oxide production, the zinc for testosterone support, and the magnesium for vascular health, let me share the missing piece that ties everything together. The 30-second technique I mentioned is called nasal breathing, and here's why it's so powerful. Your nasal passages produce nitric oxide naturally, but most men over 60 have developed a habit of mouth breathing, especially during physical exertion or intimate moments. This is actually working against your body's natural ability to maintain erections. Here's what I want you to do, and this is based on research from the Karolinska Institute in Sweden. Before eating your handful of pumpkin seeds, take 6 deep breaths through your nose, holding each breath for 5 seconds. This preloads your system with nitric oxide from your nasal passages, creating a synergistic effect when combined with the L-arginine from the seeds. Think of it like priming a pump. You're giving your body a head start on nitric oxide production before adding the raw materials to sustain it. The result? Many of my patients report feeling the effects within 10-15 minutes instead of 30-45 minutes. Thomas, a 69-year-old retired teacher, called this combination life-changing. He'd been avoiding intimacy with his wife for over 2 years because of performance anxiety. I was so focused on whether it would work that I couldn't enjoy the moment, he told me. But with this system, I started feeling confident again. The anxiety disappeared because I knew my body would respond. But here's what's really beautiful about this approach. It's not just about the physical mechanics. When your body starts responding reliably, something profound happens to your mindset. You stop approaching intimacy with fear and start approaching it with anticipation. That mental shift is often just as important as the physical improvement. The reason this works so much better than pharmaceutical solutions is that you're not forcing your body to do something unnatural. You're simply giving it the tools it needs to do what it was designed to do. Pills create artificial responses that often come with side effects. This system supports your body's natural processes. Let me break down why this combination is so effective. The immediate response. The L-arginine from the seeds gets absorbed quickly, providing raw material for nitric oxide production within minutes. The hormonal support. The zinc supports testosterone production, giving you the drive and energy that makes intimacy enjoyable, not just possible. The vascular health. The magnesium helps keep your blood vessels relaxed and responsive, maintaining the hydraulic system that creates and sustains erections. The amplification. The nasal breathing technique preloads your system with nitric oxide, creating a synergistic effect that makes everything work faster and more effectively. Maria, the wife of one of my patients, sent me a note that really captures the full impact of this approach. She wrote, "It's not just that my husband is performing better physically. He's more confident, more playful, more like the man I married 35 years ago. Our whole relationship has improved." That's what happens when you address the root cause instead of just treating symptoms. You don't just get your sexual function back, you get your confidence back, your sense of masculinity back, your connection with your partner back. Now, I want to be clear about expectations. This isn't a miracle cure that will turn you into a 25-year-old overnight. What it is a scientifically based approach to supporting your body's natural ability to function sexually. Most men notice improvements within the first week, with continued improvement over the following month as their zinc levels normalize and their vascular health improves. The key is consistency. Eat 1 handful of raw pumpkin seeds daily, preferably in the morning with breakfast. Practice the nasal breathing technique whenever you anticipate intimacy. And be patient with your body as it remembers how to function optimally. Here's my challenge to you. Try this system for 30 days. Give your body the tools it needs to function naturally. Track not just your physical response, but your confidence, your energy levels, your connection with your partner. I think you'll be amazed at what happens when you stop fighting your body and start supporting it. Remember, erectile dysfunction isn't a life sentence. It's not an inevitable part of aging. It's a sign that your body needs support, and now you know how to provide it. The seeds are waiting for you at the grocery store. The technique takes 30 seconds. The only question is, are you ready to reclaim what's yours? Your body was designed to function. Your relationships were meant to include intimacy. Your confidence was meant to last a lifetime. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. If this information has been helpful, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Share your success stories in the comments, even anonymously if you prefer. Your story might be exactly what another man needs to hear to take that first step toward reclaiming his sexual health. Age is just a number. Performance is a choice. And now you have the